Hey everybody, this is Dave Murray, the big guy at Mayniax Branding, and over the weekend it was proposed to me that I come up with something about maniacal branding ideas. Now, I thought, I love the idea, let's do something fun for this, but I couldn't think of exactly what to do, so in true Indiana Jones fashion, we're going to make this up as I go. So, branding is largely about differentiation, right? It's how you're able to get people to think of you at the top of their mind when they think you're a specific category. So for instance, with branding, everything we do is so that people won't even think of anybody else when they think, oh, branding, clearly Mayniax is who we should go with without even considering anybody else. That's the key. That's the idea behind branding. So some differentiation stuff that's real general, that's pretty basic, this isn't maniacal yet, is nailing your why. Now I know a lot of times the why sounds like it's maybe a little too airy, too crazy, too not rooted in anything real. But here's the thing, today brands are built on community, and the way you help build a community is to come up with your why, which is your purpose, your cause, or your belief, because you're going to find people that have that same purpose, cause, and belief, whether they're people who end up working for you or whether they're people who end up helping you out by being clients. This is how you start really building, and it's how you get your grassroots campaigns going. It's how you start getting people to love your brand. And it's probably the most important part. It builds your culture, all this stuff. So the reason I throw the why out there as a differentiator is because most people aren't going to do it. They just aren't. They're right now too mired in what the spreadsheet's telling them. They're going to say, this is exactly what I need to do. They're going to get just totally lost in the tactics of what they actually do. And as entrepreneurs, that's a danger for all of us, that we'll all get lost in the tactics of what we do because we're good at what we do. But we got to think bigger. And it doesn't get much bigger than letting the world know about your why. Next is anything else. This is where the competitive research comes in. We've had to tell people before, okay, you're in this category. Nobody in this category is using video, for instance. So you should be on video and things like that. You know, it's kind of a strategy sort of deal. And in fact, when they said crazy branding ideas to me, I thought it's more going to be about brand strategy than anything else. Now here's the killer. Here's the kicker in everything you do. It's got to be authentically you. You're the entrepreneur. We build the brands around the entrepreneur. And if we're not doing it, you've got to make sure you're building your own brand around yourself, so you don't go off-brand, as the people say, I suppose, right? So do it within who you are, but step out of your comfort zone to get a little nuts. I'm lucky because I have a pretty wide comfort zone, but I'm also unlucky because at this point, for me to go too crazy would probably be illegal. I don't know. We don't want that. Nobody wants the big guy in handcuffs. Well, maybe they do. Maybe they want me taken away for a long time. I shouldn't think too hard about that. So we know people who don't want to get in front of the camera because they're a little shy and all that stuff, but we say, get in front of the camera. I know you're shy, but you just tell the people why you do what you do, tell them what you're all about. Boom, it's going to be huge. I did a thing a few years ago when the Ice Bucket Challenge was popular, where I just stood in front of a bar for half an hour and let people come and pour ice water on me. That wasn't a good idea because that was really cold and a lot of people seemed to hate me. Yeah. Anyway, so there's those kinds of things. There's grabbing a bullhorn and just walking down the street and announcing stuff. I've been thinking of walking down the street and asking people what they think branding is. Just take a camera with me and start recording some people, seeing what goes on, what they think of it as. They're just ideas to make sure you're getting out there, you're differentiating yourself, you're doing things that no one else in your category is doing. If you're an accountant, and I always feel evil because I kind of pick on you guys, but there's going to be accountants out there that are a lot of fun. There's going to be accountants out there that are boring and all that. Take who you are, whether you're the fun guy or the boring guy, and let the world know all about it. Find a way. Get out there, take a picture of yourself if you're just boring and it's just like this, and post it all over the place. Do something like that, just so people are saying, whoa, you know. There's all kinds of things like that happen where people just take what others might perceive as a negative attribute and you just totally apply it to you, and some others are going, whoa, that makes sense, let's do this, let's go with that guy. So it sounds crazy, it sounds out there, but remember, it's all about differentiation and it's all about getting up here. As an entrepreneur, when it comes to brand strategy, a lot of it is going to have to be you being a show person. Whether you're a man out there who's just kind of like, boo, or a woman out there who's like, I don't want the camera to point at me, or anything like that. You've got to find a way to be the ambassador for your brand as you're building it up. So I keep trying to come up with all kinds of just nutty things you can do. I don't have like a top 5 list or anything. It's just be true to yourself and find a way that no other competitor is doing. Find something no one else is doing as far as PR wise, and do that. Get out there. And you're lucky. Chances are, if you're watching this, you're a grassroots brand. You're somebody that's pretty local. The other thing about the why is even the huge corporations aren't doing it, but the small ones, the local ones, sure as hell aren't either. So if you get that why figured out and you start communicating it, you're going to be in people's heads before any of your competitors, which is pretty cool. It's a really good tip. And then there's the other differentiators, like, maybe you're pricing a little better, maybe your offer is better, so there's more value, things like that. There's just all kinds of craziness. Something I did a while back was I stood on my head and recorded a video. Just different kinds of things that you can do that others aren't doing. Be shameless. Shamelessness is a gift, my friends. Trust me. And I'm trying to think of anything else. I don't know that there's much. So here's what I want you to do. When you see this, I want you to comment below with the most shameless idea you've ever had for your brand, because maybe somebody will read that and think, whoa, that might help me out. So please give that a shot, and we'll chat soon. Have fun, and of course, as always, stay gutsy, gang.